this focus group.
So,
Are you here willingly?
Yes, willingly.
Okay, great. Thank you. We're gonna be talking about the TV show Walking Dead. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Yes, perfect. Do you like it?
it's
Yes.
awesome.
Okay, great. So the first question would be, how and when did you start watching The Walking Dead?
When I was like 12, it was nice.
Be serious, please, with
Okay,
your
okay,
answers.
Okay. Grace showed it
No,
to
like no, you showed it to me. I didn't know about The Walking Dead.
me. No, you were the one. Oh, I showed it to you. You
Uh-huh.
showed me Game of Thrones. Okay.
Yeah.
So this was like 2 years ago?
It was a year ago, I think.
No, because a year ago was like the 100.
Oh yeah, 2 years ago.
2 years
I think
ago.
It was 2 years ago. Okay, so Camilla showed me The Walking Dead because I've
And-
heard on the internet and by everybody else that it was such a good show and that you should watch it. You should watch it. Like this constant. You should watch it. You should watch it. So I watched it.
Because of me.
And-
You're welcome.
Yeah.
What about you, David?
Well, a lot of my friends were watching it at the time, and they were like making jokes and saying references that I didn't understand. So I was like, you know what? I might as well just watch it and understand what they're saying.
Okay.
So I did that, and I really liked it.
You're just like.
Do you think TV programs such as The Walking Dead have an effect on people's behavior?
No.
Yes.
I mean, you're not
Yes.
gonna go stab someone.
I have thought about building a bunker,
But you never do it though.
but I was thinking about it.
But you think about
So
a lot of things though.
it changed my mental behavior.
No,
Not
but
my physical
I
behavior.
feel like TV shows in general and especially one as influential as The Walking Dead, like can influence people to a certain degree. Like what you thought, it can change what you think. Like TV shows have that power. They have a certain appeal to the masses, and that's why it can influence you on your behavior and what you thought. And they can it has the power to change your thoughts.
It gives you a different perspective.
It gives you a different perspective on things that you may not have seen before or may not have thought about before.
It makes you think, could this be real?
Uh-huh.
Could this happen? And what
Yeah.
would I do?
Okay, you all agree?
Mm-hmm.
You don't tell such a comment.
I mean, I guess, yeah, why not?
Okay. Do you feel American society has become desensitized due to the violent content in media?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
I don't think 100%. I don't think complete, like what you said,
Desensitized?
desensitized. I don't think like complete. I don't think 100% to that degree.
Why not?
Well, because it's not to the point that where you see, like in the media, where you see violent content or where you see anything else, that, oh, I'm gonna go out and shoot someone, or oh, I'm gonna go out and kill someone, or oh, I'm gonna punch someone.
No, but that
Like-
doesn't mean that it's not oh my god,
Could you-
desensitized.
could you-
It's a hard word.
Yeah.
Do you know what it means?
Yeah, like not. I know what it means, but I can't.
Not
I can't explain
sensitive.
it. Like I don't. I know what it means,
and
but I
then
can't
just
explain
because
it.
you aren't like doing like the purge, and like you're not going out and killing people doesn't mean it's not desensitive. Oh my god.
It's a
Desensitized.
hard word.
Desensitized.
It's a
It
hard
just means that
word.
you're getting more accustomed to it. So like for
Yeah, that's
example,
why
you
I
see
don't
all
think
these
so.
tragedies, and here we are like making jokes about it. We're making memes out of it. We're making like, oh, it's okay. Like it
Dark
happened.
humor.
It's it becomes dark humor, and like we're
Mm-hmm.
okay. We're like not okay with it. We're like, oh, like rights and all that stuff. But like when it happens, we're like sad about it for like 5 seconds, and then we're like, oh, let's make a joke about it. So
That's true. That's true.
we have become less sensitive to the issue.
Okay.
You can't say desensitized.
That's a hard word.
That's a hard word. Sorry. When I talk about being desensitized on the media, I mean in regards to the mass shootings or any worldwide catastrophes. I mean, you see them on the news, and then you would see a TV show. Does it impact you less, more?
What do you mean?
So when you after seeing The Walking Dead, all the violence, the shooting, the killing, the whatever type of violence is shown, and then you see on the news like this kid shoot up a school, a mass shooting, and then how do you feel shocked by it? Do you not? Because you see violence depicted in shows so often. Like, do you feel like it's shocking to you, or is it not when you?
I
hear
mean,
it on
I
the
feel
news?
like to an extent it's shocking, but yeah, you're right in the way that like we've become so used to it like by all these other things. So yeah, I do think that
Because it'll be like mentioned once, and the society will stop talking about it in like a month or so, and it wouldn't be important anymore.
But I feel like there's like the shock value still remains just because of the fact like we see it in TV shows but we never expect it to happen in reality. So when it happens, it's like intertwined. It's like, oh my god, this is actually possible. So then it just makes us like question how it's gonna happen, and then questions what else from like TV shows or movies it can actually happen in reality.
Okay, I agree with you. You may choose to opt out.
You heard the call.
we can edit
It was
that
like
out. We
shit.
can edit that out.
This got real.
It's fine, it's fine.
When you try to restrain it, but it doesn't work out.
Okay. Focus.
It's okay, it can be edited. If you're uncomfortable with the next question, you can opt out not to answer. Okay. So, have you ever experienced a violent or shocking situation in a public setting? Like maybe you experienced a robbery or something like that? Nothing?
To be honest, no.
Okay, well, if you ever, how do you think you would react if you were to be in a shocking event? Like if you were present to it, like how do you think you would react?
I think I would be caught so off guard that I really wouldn't know how to react. Like I would probably freeze up or really not do anything, like not know what to do, like not really have a plan for it.
And having watched all the shows, you don't think
I
that
would-
would help you at all?
And zombie apocalypse is a different story, but like
Okay.
a real life thing that could happen, I don't know. No, I don't think so.
What about you guys?
I feel like I feel like I would like to think that I would like take in the situation and think about different solutions, but because of all the adrenaline, I feel like I might either run away or I just like fight the person. So like it'll become like the flight or fight thing, and
Yeah.
Shot. You're gonna get shot.
but
No,
like
Camila would like climb from behind. Like,
Come on, be like, "Ah!" Shot.
but yeah, it either becomes flight or fight, and I want to think that I'll choose flight, but I'm probably gonna choose fight, and then
I'm a
I'll die.
I like
It's
flight.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The next question. So, The Walking Dead depicts several themes. I'm gonna list some of them to you guys. Domestic violence, robbery, theft, rape, abduction, and the debate on morality and human value. Shows such as The Walking Dead are popular even though they have themes such as these. Why do you think so?
When was someone raped on The Walking Dead, by the way?
When Rick and Michonne and Carl were trying to run away on the train tracks,
Yeah.
they were tried.
I think it affects so much because it touches on subjects that are so taboo. Like it's really sensitive to talk about them. So like they put it all out there and they make it into something that we will be willing to watch to like think about those subjects because we wouldn't really want to think about them in a regular day-to-day situation.
Yeah.
And it's relevant. All of that is relevant in human life. Like it's things that happen and things that it pertains to our society and it pertains to our way of life, and like it's just really relevant. That's why it depicts everyday things and like violent things that can happen.
But why exactly do you think it's popular? If it's such taboo themes and people sometimes feel uncomfortable talking about them, why would they watch it?
Because I think all of us, we think about it. Like we think, what would we say? How do we say it? And this show basically brings up thoughts that we were thinking that we weren't really going to say out loud.
Yeah.
And it makes us talk about it, like right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have any opinions about it?
I'm just like sitting like no.
That's okay.
Moving on.
That's okay.
That was great acting, by the way. Okay.
Okay.
I'm like nodding to everything.
I think you guys are gonna like these questions.
Okay, let's go.
The next questions are more about the possibility of an actual zombie apocalypse.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay,
Okay, but like
Go.
scenarios like in school, at home.
It's just
with
a general
friends.
question.
Okay.
Like, what do you think are the chances of a zombie apocalypse?
67%.
Girl, just go home.
I think there's.
No, I mean.
Yeah. Continue.
Of an actual zombie apocalypse, how does it become a thing? Like through a virus, and
What-
it just happens, or like a disease from a human person,
How do you think would happen?
or like legit like zombies, like it comes like from bad.
Whatever you think, like I want to hear what you
Because if
think.
it was like a virus, and then the likeliness of it happening is a little higher than like if you're like coming out
Of the grave,
down,
like,
yeah, like in the
that's
like in the
bad.
beginning. Because if it's the virus, we don't know what developments the government's having. I mean, conspiracy.
I
Oh,
have
it's
so
true.
many
The-
conspiracy
Because
theories.
they hide a lot from
Yeah,
us.
so we don't know.
Don't come knocking on my door. I didn't mean that. Chill. Look at
It's
that.
like we're joking.
But they do hide a lot.
Yeah, so then since we don't know what they're doing, and if they have like an outbreak of like this virus that they're trying to create, of like I don't know, like you see all the deaths in war, and they're like, oh, let's try to find a way to like get the soldiers not to die, and then they like do it, and they're not able to perfect it. Then I think the likeliness of that happening is like 33%.
Okay, so I have several theories on it. First of all, I feel like it's gonna be a like it could happen. No. It could happen if it was in a like the way Camilla said it, a virus, a weaponized, like a biological weapon.
Warfare.
Yeah.
Biological warfare. I think that would be very likely to happen. First of all, the government is already working on it now. Like several industries are
All these
researching on how to
She said
weaponize
this.
diseases,
Okay,
on how to
yeah,
weaponize
please.
diseases, and that's one theory. And the
love
second
that.
theory is population
Looks
control.
like in the
I think the virus would be a very likely thing to happen for population control. If they're trying to cut out the masses for scarcity of resources, the virus would be a way to go to eliminate huge amounts of people
They're not gonna
in
do
a
that.
quick amount of time. It's a theory. It's a theory.
They're not gonna do that.
It's a theory.
Why not?
They're not gonna do
Okay,
that.
Why
okay.
not?
Because you have China, and it's one of the most overpopulated
China.
countries. No,
I'm
but it's
saying
true.
that's
And
it.
then what they did is that they limited the people to one child. So if anything, they're not gonna kill out the people because you need the people. You need the younger
It's a theory.
generation.
We the people.
You're-
It's a theory.
It's true.
I'm saying it could happen if we
They're
reach
not
a
gonna-
level of like.
they're not gonna do that. Your theory
No.
is flawed.
No. It could
You're-
happen.
No, it could
if
happen.
we- if we
Anything
had-
is possible.
No, if we
Anything-
lacked resources to the extent
No, but if you think
that if we lacked resources to the extent that we had to wipe out
They're not gonna do
massive
that, though.
amount of peoples in a quick amount of time because of scarcity of resources, scarcity of
dude, there's so many ways to
I'm gonna say they
location.
wouldn't do something
Yeah,
so.
yeah, they wouldn't
cool.
do-
I know.
No,
but it's
not
a
just
theory.
that.
It could
It's-
happen.
Which means not real.
Well, yeah, but it's
It
not.
could happen.
Anything could happen, but it won't happen because there's so many.
I
other
hope it doesn't happen.
No,
I
but
hope
there's
it
so
doesn't
many
happen.
other options for them to do it. They could limit the amount of like kids, but they're not going to do that because we're capitalists. Like for example, the United States, communists like China, they were able to do that because they're able to control it. But then you have the United States where it's like, oh well, we'll just bomb it and then we'll just accuse someone else. So there's that. If you want to
I'd
get
say there's more of a
eliminate,
chance of
yeah.
using an atomic bomb to wipe out population than making
Like
a virus.
yeah, because just because you make a virus, you don't
dying.
know the side effects. You don't know the long-term effects. You don't know the short-term effects. You don't know so many things, and you don't know how to control it. So to expose it to such a large population, it's unrealistic.
It could happen. It's a theory.
Okay,
But if it were to happen, we'd be screwed.
of course.
Would all be screwed.